Not all exercise is suitable for everyone. To reduce the risk of injury, consult your doctor before participating in this or any other exercise program. If you feel any pain, discomfort, or dizziness, do not continue. The creators, producers, participants, and distributors of this program disclaim any liability or loss in connection with the exercise and instruction herein.
Welcome to Power Yoga Mind and Body. My name's Adrienne Reed. Our theme for today is long holds. We're going for kind of a long class where we're going to hold every pose for 2 minutes. So really try and relax in and just fall right into the pose. Let's start standing up today. We're going to start with a tree, Vrikshasana. So you can either cross your right heel in front of your left ankle, you can bring your right heel above your left knee, or you can draw that heel all the way up into your groin. So guys, go into any of those positions that feel comfortable for you. And when you get there, go ahead and draw your hands to Namaste. So we're going to do a little bit of movement while we're here. But see if you can maybe just pick a focal point, something to relax and look at. Let your shoulder blades be nice and relaxed. And I'm going to try and stay out of all of your focal points, by the way. From here, if you feel good, see if you can inhale and sweep your arms up overhead. So just draw your arms open. You can interlace your fingers if you want and leave your index finger pointed up, or you can leave them open, shoulders width, whichever feels better for you. And let's go a couple good breaths here. Make sure you're opening through that right knee. Getting a little more work through your hips. And let's go a couple more breaths there. Looking good, everybody. You got it. From there, go ahead and drop your hands back down to Namaste. You guys are doing wonderful with your balance. If you fall out of the pose, no worries. And if here you'd like to shake your leg out a little bit, you may. Otherwise, try and stay right in that pose. We're going to do a little bit more work with arms. When you're ready, inhale. We're going to sweep your arms up overhead. You're going to keep that leg in tree, guys. Sorry. You got it. We're going to open up. You're going to draw your hands down, almost like you're a waiter holding 2 plates. So draw your arms down. You got it. And then exhale, draw your hands together in center so your fingers are just barely touching in front. You got it. Exhale, draw your hands behind, draw your thumbs so they're flaring. Your shoulder blades should be working here. And inhale, come on back to center, hands come together. Exhale, draw your hands back to that balancing pose. And inhale, come on back up to center. Exhale, go ahead and open up wide. Drop your hands down to Namaste. Let's kick that leg out and shake it out a little bit. If you held that pose for the whole 2 minutes, nice job. If you need to drop out, feel free to just shake it out a little bit. You should feel that a little through the ankle. When you're ready, same thing on the other side. So left heel can cross in front of your right ankle, left heel can come right above your right knee, or you can draw that heel all the way up into your groin area. When you feel like you're nice and stable, bring your hands to Namaste. So thumbs over your sternum. Make sure you're opening through that knee so you're working abs, working hips a little bit more there. And let's go a couple more breaths here. Shoulder blades are back and down. You're fixing your gaze. So you have a focal point to look at and can help to stabilize your balance. From there, let's inhale and draw your arms overhead. Again, you can interlace all but your pointer fingers if you'd like to, or you can leave your arms open, shoulders width apart. Wonderful, guys. And again, if you fall out of the pose, no worries. Just drop back into it with a nice calm breath, nice quiet mind. And exhale, let's go ahead and bring your hands to Namaste and drop back down to center. So thumbs over your sternum. If you need to shake that out a little bit here, feel free. Otherwise, try and keep that leg up in tree. From here, let's keep moving. We're going to do a little bit of arm movement. So we're going to inhale. Arms are going to come up overhead. Try and have your palms up with your fingers just barely touching. And then exhale, you're going to sweep your arms open, almost like you're a waiter holding 2 plates. Exhale, let's bring your hands to center. Fingers are barely going to touch in front, right near your belly button. And then inhale, draw your thumbs behind. You're trying to flare your shoulder blades and extend your hands back. Same thing, come on back to front, sweep your hands back to center. And then inhale, come on back up to that waiter position. I'm sure there's a better name, I just don't know of one. And inhale, come on back up to the very top. Beautiful. Exhale, go ahead and open up your hands nice and wide and draw your hands back down to Namaste. Let's go a couple more breaths here, doing great. Looking good, everybody. Once again, try keeping that focal point, keeping your eyes gazed and fixed upon a certain point, and then go ahead and open through that knee. Beautiful. Exhale, go ahead and straighten up your leg and shake that out a little bit. All right, we're going to fall into a Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, which is a little bit of work through your arms and shoulders, a little bit of work through the legs. So when you're ready, guys, we're going to take a big step back with your left leg. So right leg is forward, left leg is back. Your front knee is over your front ankle, and we're going to open up your hips toward the long edge of your mat. We're going to open up your arms and extend nice and long, fingertip to fingertip. Shoulder blades are back and down. Make sure you're rolling the inside edge of that front knee forward so you're opening through your hips, getting external rotation through your thighs. So you're driving nice and long, fingertip to fingertip. You're rolling your shoulder blades back and down, and you're sinking right into your center of gravity. So make sure your shoulders are right over your hips. After holding this pose for quite a few breaths, you may notice that there's a little bit too much work through your arms. So if your arms start to get a little bit tired, feel free to drop your hands to your waist, but continue that work through your legs. Otherwise, continue that work through the arms. Fabulous for your shoulders. Really try and relax and settle through your shoulders. Draw those shoulder blades back and down. Looking good, everybody. As you fall into that spot, into the center of gravity, see if you can extend your knee just a little further forward and sink a little bit deeper. Again, you're trying to find your center of gravity and just let your torso sit in it. So one of the beautiful things about power yoga is sometimes it doesn't always take you to having to work real fast. Sometimes just staying and hanging in a position is just as much work, sometimes more, than moving through it more quickly. Looking good, everybody? Let's go ahead and sweep your hands to your waist and give you a little bit of break with the arms. So once again, see if that can let you sink a little further forward into your lunge. Make sure while you're here, you're rolling the back edge of that back foot down and just extending deeply into that lunge. Let's go about 2 more breaths here, guys. Looking good, Lydia. And then after your second breath, why don't you go ahead and straighten up your front leg for me and just step on up to the front edge of your mat, shake that out a little bit. Let's go the same thing on the other side. So when you're ready, big step back with your right foot, left leg is forward. Bend your front knee so your front knee is over your front ankle, and then open up your hips toward the long edge of your mat. Arms come up, shoulders height. Make sure you're lengthening fingertip to fingertip, rolling your shoulder blades back and down. And as a reminder, roll the inside edge of that front knee forward. Breath is long and strong here. You're trying to sit right into your center of gravity, so make sure your shoulders are right over your hips. Try not to be leaning too far forward or too far back. Again, if you feel tired at any point with your arms or shoulders in this pose, feel free to bring your hands to your waist, but see if you can keep them up just a little bit longer. That length through your arms and that work through your shoulders is wonderful for your upper body. While we're here, see if you can maybe sink just another inch lower, so really start falling into your lunge. Beautiful. And keeping that relaxation through your upper body. Looking good, everybody. Long, strong breath, shoulder blades are back and down, sinking into your lunge. Again, watching the back edge of that back foot and making sure that you're rolling it flat down to the mat. From here, let's go ahead and sweep your hands to your waist and see if you can fall even further into your lunge. Looking good, everybody. Once again, watch the back edge of that back foot. Don't let that back foot roll up so that you can sink deeper into your lunge. Make sure you're keeping the inside edge of that front knee forward. And you almost have a little bit of an arch through your lower back, and you're leaning back just slightly. Looking good, everybody. See if you can be happy and smile in this pose. You all look so serious. So relax through. And let's go about 10 more breaths here. See if every breath you can sink a little bit deeper on your exhale. Looking good, everybody. Just a few more breaths here. You're all doing wonderful. Long holds. I'll say it again. These are difficult to stick with, but they really give you a benefit of finding the sweet spot of a pose. And exhale when you're ready. Go ahead and step on up to the front edge of your mat and shake that out a little bit. When you're ready, go ahead and sit down into a nice staff position. And we're going to do a little bit of work with forward folds here. So I want you to lengthen through your legs. If you want, you can move that flesh out from underneath your sit bones, and your feet are engaged. We're going to do 2 minutes of a forward fold, which is kind of a long hold. So I want you to start just by dropping your hands down by your waist and inhale, lengthening through your spine, and then exhale, falling forward just slightly. I don't want you to go too far forward here. You move at your pace and kind of progress through your forward fold. So every couple of breaths, see if you can maybe fall a little bit further forward. So you're kind of easing yourself into the pose and slowly falling forward. I don't want you to lose the length through your lower back, so make sure you're lengthening through your lower back as you're falling forward and engaging your feet. So keeping a nice easy breath, and every exhale just relaxing down and falling forward, breathing into that, relaxing into it. In a longer hold, don't worry about posture so much. You can drop your head and neck and let that relax as well, and just let your body sink in. Keep your focus on your breath. Nice, calm, easy movements. You can reach down and grab your feet. If that helps you to get a little bit more depth, you can hook your big toes, whatever feels good for you. Keep your breath long and strong. Allow your body to just fall into it. Looking good, everybody. Just relaxing downward. And about this point, you should be in a nice deep forward fold. So if you haven't fallen all the way into it already, definitely do that at this point. Long inhales and exhales. Go for it, Matt. Wonderful. So you should be in a nice deep forward fold here. We're inhale, lengthening and falling right into that sweet spot of your stretch. Let's go 5 more breaths here. Nice and calm, guys. Looking good, really relaxing and falling into that stretch. Wonderful. After your 5th breath, take your time. Come on up from that slowly. And you maybe just want to rock your knees back and forth slightly. Looking good, everybody. We're going to lay down next. So when you're ready, just go ahead and lay down flat on your back. And we're going to fall into a lying down butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. If you need, you can grab a couple of blankets, and I'm going to do that with Penny in just a moment. So when you're ready, bottoms of your feet come together. And if you need, you can grab a couple of blankets and just roll them up and place them right underneath your knees. So Penny, I'm going to help you with that. You want to let your legs be completely relaxed in this pose. See if you can hollow your lower belly while you're here. Wonderful. That feel okay for you? So again, when you're doing a little bit of a longer hold, you want to just let your legs completely relax. Sometimes you'll feel the need to kind of clench or tighten your muscles, especially in your groin area in this pose. See if you can just let that area completely relax and release, and avoid the urge to kind of fight through that pose. See if you can just let everything fall into it. If at any point you want to add a little more, you can either draw your arms up overhead, so up over by your ears, and let's hang out there for a couple of breaths. If that's too much for you, leave your hands down by your side. You can close your eyes and just relax into that, guys. Again, keep focus and attention on your breath. So full inhales, full exhales. And from there, you can either leave your arms in that position, or you can float them down by your knees and use the strength of your arms to bring your knees down a little further. So it's up to you where you want to go with your hands. So you're either going to just leave them down by your sides, float them overhead, or just use the strength of your hands again to kind of just let your area relax and release, and drop your knees a little further down to the mat. If you want, you can roll your feet open almost like a book. Keeping that breath long and strong. And again, if that's a little too much for you, drop those blankets underneath your knees, and that should help give you a little bit more support, a little bit more relaxation through that area. Nice and calm, everybody looking real nice today. Wonderful. From there, see if you can just draw your feet a little further forward toward the front edge of your mat. So start to release that just a little bit and then float right back to butterfly. So stay in that butterfly for me, Matt. Just bring your feet a little further forward. That's the way. And a couple good breaths there to just relax in. Again, hands in any position that feels good for you. So overhead, down by your sides, or on top of your knees. Looking good. Focus and attention on your breath. Inhale, breathe into where you're feeling that stretch. And exhale, let that area relax and release. From there, we're going to roll your hands to the outer edges of your knees. So hands go on the outer sides of your knees. You're going to use the strength of your arms to bring your legs back to center. We're going to straighten up your legs and just shake that out a little bit. When you feel good from there, draw your arms overhead. Use the strength of your arms and abs. Come on up to a seated position. We're going to float into Gomukhasana. Not a very glamorous name, cow face. This works hips pretty nicely. So we're going to bring right leg on the bottom first, left leg on the top. You want to try to get knee to knee. And the further forward you bring your feet, the more aggressive the stretch is. So we're going to inhale, just lengthen through the spine. And exhale, start falling forward slowly. I really want you to take your time. Remember, we've got 2 minutes in this pose, so you really want to be slow about moving through that. If that's too much for you, you're welcome to sit on some blankets. Wonderful. And Penny, you can drop to a cross-legged position, so just any cross-legged position if that's too much for you. Matt, nice job. So as you start falling forward, just let everything relax and release downward. So don't worry too much about form here. You want to just let your torso relax and fall down. You want to let your head and neck completely relax, so you're just laying right on top of your thighs and falling through. As always, in long holds, keep your attention, your focus on your breath. Breathing through, inhale, breathing into that left hip. And exhale, relaxing and releasing into it. Matt, looking good. I want you to see if you can just extend a little bit further down for a couple of breaths, and we're going to come up after those couple of breaths. So draw your torso up from there, guys. Let's incorporate a little bit more while we're here. So I want you to leave your legs in that position. We're going to open up your arms nice and wide, and then left arm comes on the top, right arm comes underneath. You're trying to actually hold hands with yourself. If you can't, just hold your shirt. Inhale, look up and lengthen through your spine. Exhale, go ahead and start falling forward there. If that's too much for you, release your arms and just go back to the original position that you're in. This is working hips and shoulders, 2 largest sockets of your body. Fabulous stretch. Couple more breaths here, so relaxing through. Again, let your head and neck relax. Let everything just relax and fall downward. Looking good, Diane. That's fabulous. And exhale, come on up, release that, open up your arms nice and wide, and release your legs, draw them forward, shake that out a little bit. That's a tough pose. Good job, everybody. Nice job holding that for a couple minutes. When you're ready, same thing on the other side. So left leg comes on the bottom this time, right leg comes on top. Gomukhasana. The closer your heels are to your hips, the more tolerable. So if you feel real strong through the hips, open up to a little bit of a wider angle. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, just start rolling forward slowly. So really taking your time about it. We're not in a rush. We have 2 minutes for every single one of these poses. So really relax and let yourself fall into it. Don't rush to get there. It's as much about the journey as it is about the destination. And Penny, did you swap up your legs for me? Fabulous. So if you're in that cross-legged position, just make sure if you have your right leg in front that you swap and put the other one in front. Long inhales and exhales, relax your head and neck. Just let everything go there. So your shoulders are relaxed, your head and neck is relaxed. You're just trying to let your body literally rest right on top of your thighs and just lengthen and give it up through here. Every single inhale, you're breathing into where you feel that stretch, and every single exhale, you're falling down, relaxing and releasing. Beautiful. See if you can notice where you're feeling that stretch through your hip. It should be through your right hip on this. And just inhale, pull the cool air right into it, and exhale. Let it release. When you guys are ready, I want you to draw your torso up slowly. So come on up from that. Leave your legs in that position. We're going to incorporate arms for the full pose. We're going to open up nice and wide with your hands. Right leg is on top, so we're going to bring right arm on top. So you're trying to hold hands with yourself again in the back. If not, just grab your shirt or a towel, whatever you have. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, start falling forward slowly there. Take your time getting down there. It really does shift that stretch to the lower part of your shoulder blade. Let your head and neck relax. Let's go a couple more deep breaths here. Wonderful. And if that's too much, release the shoulders, no problem. Looking good here, Matt, looking good. Wonderful. Whenever you're ready, and you may have been ready 2 minutes ago in this one, come on up slowly. Go ahead and release your arms nice and wide. Draw your legs forward. Shake that out a little bit. And Penny, you can scoot your blankets off to the side from that one. All right, we're going to do a little bit of work with a pose called double pigeon. So we're going to go heel to knee, heel to knee. Right leg is going to be on the bottom. So you bring your shin parallel to your body, and you put your heels and knees right on top of one another. If you look down, you should see a real distinct triangle in the center. If you're very flexible, you can go ahead and extend your heels out further to the left and the right, which is a little more work through your hips. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, go ahead and walk your hands slowly forward. This is a very intense stretch, so I want you to go about this very carefully, very slowly. See if you can just draw your chin in, relax your head and neck. This is one of those, you don't want to worry too much about form. You definitely want to worry about relaxing into and breathing into that stretch. You should be feeling that through your left hip. If you're all the way down to the mat and you still don't feel a stretch, draw your torso up, open up your feet to the left and the right, keep your shins parallel, and then fall back down into the pose. So if someone's not feeling it here, go ahead and do that for me. If you are deeply in a stretch, see if you can lengthen a little bit more, maybe draw your pecs on the outer side of your shins. Diane, looking fabulous. So when you're ready, come on up slowly from that. Really take your time. Lengthen through your legs, shake that out a little bit, and we're going to swap it up on the other side when you're ready. So left leg is going to come on the bottom, right leg is going to come on the top. Again, shins are parallel to your body. You're heel to knee, heel to knee. If that's uncomfortable for you, cross-legged position. I don't think I said that last time, Penny. Sorry about that. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, go ahead and float forward slowly with your torso. So really taking your time getting down there. This is a really intense stretch. So make sure you're nice and calm about falling forward and not just rushing yourself into it. Letting your body just slowly sink down with every single exhale. Wonderful stretch through the hips. If you do not feel a stretch in this pose, let your body come up from it, draw your heels to the left and the right a little bit more, and then float your torso back downward. If you're all the way down to the mat and you'd like to add a little more to the stretch, see if you can get your pecs on the outer side of your shins. Let's go about 5 more breaths here, guys. Looking good, everybody. So nice and calm, looking good. Matt, wonderful. You can just relax head and neck there. After your 5th breath, slowly draw your torso up. Take your time about that. You don't want to jump out of that pose too quickly. Straighten your legs forward, shake that out a little bit. Believe it or not, that's it for today. So not too many poses, but a lot of long holds. If you're on blankets, go ahead and pull them out from underneath. We're going to lay down flat on your back and get ready for Shavasana. The final pose of class is the most important in yoga, called Shavasana. This pose is what you've worked the entire class to achieve, an exploration of stillness in action. As you lay on your mat, allow your entire body to come to rest. Let your feet flop open. Bring your hands by your sides with your palms upward. Close your eyes. Let your mind and body relax completely. The purpose of this time is to just be. Be still in your heart, still in your body, still in yourself. Try to remain in this pose for 5 to 10 minutes, finding health and harmony within. Thank you for your time and hard work today. Namaste.
If you'd like to continue to improve your strength, stamina, flexibility, and balance, order Power Yoga for Athletes. This hour-long video is for yogis who embrace a more active lifestyle. Call 1-866-629-1591 or visit adrianreed.com. For tips and secrets on Power Yoga, visit wusf.org and click on the Power Yoga icon. You'll find frequently asked questions and show information from Adrian Reed.